Welcome to 2 Cents from Millennial. This is our first episode of the entire podcast. We are non-native English-speaking millennials that are either working or studying abroad. So in today's episode, we're going to share the latest war between Russia and Ukraine, some experiences regarding how to find a job in Germany, also how we are going to deal with the cross-cultural relationship when we are living abroad. And today we have our co-host, the YouTuber, the streamer, the one and only Ivan. How's it going?
Hey, dude.
Hey, man.
Well,
been a
it's
blast.
going fine. Yeah, it's always a blessing having fun with you, man. It always is. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, warming up for a podcast with Jarvis is the best thing ever. Like, you should see this guy handling audio, video, and I think the best commentary is like officially before even the podcast starts. So you can expect much.
You can also check Ivan's YouTube channel. He got some hilarious YouTube videos as well.
Yeah.
So
well, it's mostly gibberish or non-Serbian speakers, so you wouldn't understand much. Sounds like Russian, but if they were drunk.
Yeah, sounds like Russia if they were drunk. Speaking of Russia, what's your 2 cents about the recent war between the two countries?
Man, war is never good. Like, now everybody is trying to give guns to Ukraine. How about they gave them some diplomats 8 years ago?
Oh, you
How
mean
about
since
that?
2014 before they took Crimea, right?
Yeah. Why they didn't give them some diplomats? Nobody was there. Now they're here to give guns. I don't like that at all.
They have been surrounding Ukraine for such a long time, right? They're being like doing some exercises, what they claim, and suddenly Putin just go for this. What do you think about what triggers him?
Well, does Russia build rocket stations near Mexico, near Canada, close to America? I don't think Russia does that.
No, that's true.
They can just feel endangered. Once again, I don't support this fucking war. Not a single cent of it. Because I lived through one. We were bombshelled for like 78 days. Even the mighty President Biden said, yeah, bomb him. Wipe them off.
Could you tell more stories about that part? Because I feel like a lot of people might need to hear this part, this side of the story.
Well, 1999.
1999.
Yeah, I was like 6 years old. You know, regarding Kosovo and the wars in the 90s, they decided, just why the hell not? Let's bomb the hell out of us. And if my country was in the wrong, nobody knows the complete story. That's the issue. Nobody knows both sides of the story. Like, publicity can never know the entire story, ever. There's always some internal info that we don't know. However, still, I don't see how a tactical, like a strategic target is a civilian train, a house, a building. You know, like, people who should kill each other when it comes to war should be soldiers, tanks, planes.
Agree.
Not civilian buildings.
I think the narrative at that time is they say there's a dictatorship that killing civilians. I think that just made it up, right? Of course. Or there's a thing.
Of course, it's dictatorship and we need democracy. So let's burn everything down and got democracy.
And liberate them.
You saw democracy in Middle East. I mean, there is a lot of smoke, ash, and burned buildings. I don't say like bad things didn't happen. I just say that democracy hurts. You know, it's like if I have a fly on my head and instead that you slap it, you cut my head off. You say, fly is gone. No problem.
That's a good metaphor.
Yeah, I just don't want the people to think I have something against America. I'm just, the methods are a bit...
No, I totally agree because
rough.
It's not because we're supporting on either Russia or Ukraine or any side in general. It's more that as an individual, we probably have to look two sides of the story.
I mean, watching this from a more objective perspective, my country and Russia have, you know, like bonds. We're Slavic people, and wars, like when Germans attacked in World War II, Russians were here, and so we were fighting the common enemy and everything.
Mm.
And we are by religion also the same religion, Orthodox Christian and stuff like that. But I'm just trying to be objective here. Like, honestly, I just speak from what I know. So this is a disclaimer for everybody who listens.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to stay away from the television as much as I can because television can just make you look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Too much television is not the best thing. Just try to use internet, try to access some information, try to read some stuff.
Try to explore more dimensions of the stories.
You should use your head.
Like you said, back in 2014, there's supposed to be a way to avoid everything, right? But they didn't take that path.
Now they're just bringing guns.
I feel like the biggest problem is Russian people are suffered by their leader's decision. And I think also the Russian people, they don't support the entire things right now, and they cannot say they cannot say a word about it, right?
Well, it's not smart to say much stuff in public, especially if you're from Russia.
So don't be too smart.
Don't try to act too smart. Keep it to yourself.
But don't you think that
because
kind of make the entire people that's not aware they are being brainwashed because they try to keep their heads down?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a big country and riots can break out really quick. So I think, like, in such big countries, it's not easy leading such a big country, man.
Oh,
Like a rally of million people can happen just like this.
mm-hmm.
And like in my country, we're just like 6 million. So a big rally here is like 20,000, 40, 50.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big rally. But in Russia, from apart, I think they're probably that strict. The police and everything is so sharp because if you just let them see how fragile everything is, they're just going to abuse it. So they're just being more sharp towards the people. I mean, that's just my logic. So that they're being more strict so that people are more stricken with fear so they don't want to,
They try to manage
play so
with the
much smart.
fear. Yeah.
If anybody can just point finger at police because, police is the law and everything, I don't know. Like if everybody could just poke fucking fingers at them and just call them stupid shit, would they have any respect?
This is just a general advice. Be aware that some people are just creating fake news or fake content just to get views or to get impression. And
Of course.
unfortunately, a lot of people are doing this because they need money, not because they care about the people who's dying.
Yeah, and they don't see, I guess, the full extent of the damage they do. Like the news are the mother of all clickbait. Like they did it before it existed.
One of those clickbait. That's what you had doing as
Yeah.
a YouTuber. You mastered the skills, right?
Yeah, so they just want to make the biggest story possible. Even this is really bad. The situation in Ukraine is bad. And Russians are made as villains. But this can and will be probably multiplied by 10. It will be even worse. Let's say they demolished 10 buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can prove on the media now that they demolished an entire city, 100 buildings. Would anybody doubt it?
That's impossible for people to tell because people just believe what the narrative.
Exactly,
media.
because many studios are just reporting from there without sending any of their people. Like I say, I believe this is bad, but we cannot know the full extent. We had one reporter like that from Serbia. I cannot remember his last name. That guy was reporting about everything. About everything. Like, dude had guts. Like, he was in the first row trenches, man, talking to soldiers and just, and to that guy, I believe when he says something. He was there. He was talking to the soldiers, so he knows who fought who, where, and why, and how, and who won, and who pushed who back, and everything,
Yeah.
Yeah, because now everybody's just reporting on Ukraine, but how many of those people know the exact situation. Probably less than 20%.
The civilians they will suffer the most in general, and this gonna create tons of refugees flood into either Poland or a close city or even come to Germany. And I think that's gonna
Dude,
become,
like even we have refugees now.
oh yeah, it's flooding into Serbia as well.
My bro took his my cousin. He took his girl out to and he speaks fluent Russian.
Mm-hmm.
So he was in a bar, and so there were a family of four. So two children and and parents.
Parents walk into the bar.
And so
Yeah.
a family of four was in the bar, and they ordered breakfast. It's like a restaurant type of
Mm-hmm.
thing. So they just ordered breakfast, and so they spoke, like Ukrainian and Russian are here and there, you
Mm-hmm.
know, not the same language, but here and there. And so my bro, he just asked the waiters, like, you want me to help you out? I can translate for
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, yeah, it would be utmost welcome.
Mm.
And so what he did, he just, said, hey, what would you like? I speak Russian. So if that's okay with you, if you get me, I can order you whatever you want. And he asked them, like, where are they from? What's up? Just normal conversation. And so they said they're like from Ukraine. I don't know which city. So they ran through Moldova,
Moldova.
or yeah, through Romania and then to Serbia.
So, what do you think about the sanction from US and also from EU country? Is that gonna stop Russian, or Putin probably doesn't give a fuck?
Well, he was ready for this. He expected this probably. Like what if he knows what they think of him? If they don't think bad of him, they're at least envious. It's a big
Mm-hmm.
ass country. But I think they're quite self-sustainable. Now to an extent. We're talking about elementary things, not
The gas,
we're
the
not talking
resources.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the natural resources, the food, like they can't stay hungry big as they are. They just won't stay hungry, but just in general, the situation I think will be quite bad for the citizens.
Yeah, it's gonna be devastating for citizens, especially those who
Yeah.
are working for a foreign company.
Yeah, what I've heard is like if they earn foreign currency, so
They cannot withdraw it.
they can withdraw, but they can only withdraw 20% in foreign currency. 80% must be in Russian rubles.
This,
I
this,
think it's something like that.
this is like the problem for most people who are freelancing or working for international company. They're gonna get a big cut on their wage. This is a devastating situation. Because I remember, let me show you this. This is one of the things I found on Twitter. It's 50% hilarious and 50% sad. We all know OnlyFans, right? And
Don't
apparently,
use it, but I know it.
yeah, everybody knows what OnlyFans is. So content creators on OnlyFans now being banned from withdrawing monies.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hate me, guys, no problem. So, but what's shit is like every content creator, like, what did this girl do? She was actually making people's days brighter. She didn't take a gun. She's
Uh-huh.
not in the trenches.
Uh-huh.
Probably gun is heavier than her. Like she didn't kill nobody.
Yeah.
She didn't kill nobody.
Uh, she's just doing her thing, right?
She like what? Freelancers brings Russia's what? Like 80% of profits? Come on, come on. Let the people have their bread, you know? Because the only ones who wouldn't understand is the ones who are not who never saw themselves on the other side of the thing.
Yeah, the other side of the coin.
You know what you mean? Like it's easy to be the ass of the joke when you make jokes about someone, but try being in their shoes.
Positions, yes.
Like as I understand, the entire planet is now hating on them big time, calling them devils, demons, and whatnot.
Hmm.
But this girl is just a citizen, you know. She is just a citizen, not a soldier, not a politic figure, nothing. She's just earning her money,
with her
you
work.
know, with her work. That's it. Like
Exactly.
either like Fiverr also banned Russian freelancers.
Mm.
Now like people are staying jobless. Like imagine if you were a graphic designer building your career somewhere
Under
and now
international
it's just went
company.
and it went to shit. It went to shit.
Mm.
And if anybody knew how life under sanction is, they wouldn't be like this. Like I am against, and like I stand with all the other stuff. I just don't want civilians from both sides here
To
suffering.
get hurt.
That's it.
Do you think
I just don't want them to get
do
hurt
you-
in any way.
if Donald Trump is the president, this could prevent? Because there's a lot of argument saying that
Well,
Trump, especially Trump himself, he keeps saying this is never gonna happen. What's your 2 cents?
I don't know. Like at least he wasn't sleepy all the time like Biden. I don't know, man. Whoever, I don't give a fuck. Anybody can say anything,
Yeah.
but that guy is just like, yeah, you know, like when you're small and your mom just brings you into the room with all these relatives, and they're like, and you're like, like what the fuck am I doing here? You know,
Uh-huh.
I never heard him make any big statements. Now, American guys, please, like, don't get riled up on here. We're not making here an Biden versus Trump rally here in the comments. I'm just talking about stuff, you know?
Yeah, I remember Donald Trump actually killed the Iranian general when there was a beef between Iran nuclear and the American, and Donald Trump just sent a drone and one shot, headshot him. And so, do you think that that's the kind of the reason that when you are the bully, you were kind of afraid that those who went crazy, and apparently Donald Trump was kind of the crazy guy that nobody knows what the hell he's thinking.
He, you can't really foresee his moves. Let's just talk about build the wall thing. Did you ever fucking thought it would happen?
He's actually building a wall. I didn't expect it that.
Yeah, but nobody expected. That's what they got. That guy is. I mean, he is maybe a living meme,
He's a little
but that's
meme,
crazy.
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, hats off, but I never have thought he would just do that. Like, I'm gonna build a wall. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
What
right.
fucking happens? That crazy guy actually becomes president. He actually builds a wall. Like, that was
Bizarre.
no. It would be like, hey, if I tell you like, hey, in 2 months I'm gonna build a helicopter by myself, from a lawnmower,
Uh-huh.
and you say, yeah, right, and then next thing you see me, I'm buzzing with that thing around,
This is how
Like,
crazy it is.
that was most random. Like I don't have much insight on American politics, I really don't. But like, as speaking of presence, like Trump had it. He really had it. Like he
True.
really had presence, when he appears, and he's gonna say something, like meeting with Kim Jong-un.
Oh yeah,
That
he's
was
actually
crazy.
the president who got balls, right, to meet
Yeah.
the Kim Jong North Korean president.
But watch this. Kim Jong probably appreciated that. It's like respect. And once again, we don't know the complete internal info between America's relations in Korea and everything.
Hmm.
But he came there, he visited him.
He met with the Chinese president, and then he said everything goes well. President Xi is my friend, and when he go back to US, it's like we're gonna start a trade war between US and China. He'll be like, "What the fuck is going?"
Man, they can't beat them.
Like, you can deal with crazy people, even though you're a bully. You're kind of afraid of these crazy ass people.
No, but like you can't compete with China, man. They're just crazy. Because they maybe don't have much. Like, let's say you have 1,000 people.
Hmm.
We're not that smart. But imagine having 50,000 people
And multiply it, right?
playing with the numbers.
Well, I'm from Taiwan. Basically, that's kind of like the issues or the worries I have. Like since Russia started the war to Ukraine, and probably if most of the people who know the situation of Taiwan is that's probably could be the next target. So we don't want war, because I think at the end of the day, politicians do whatever they want and based on their will, and that's not gonna have good result because people or citizens hurt the most, right?
Well, it's always people who get the shit,
Yeah. So
like
anyway,
all.
we would just like to share this piece of information I found early on the LinkedIn. It's an initiative for those who know how to support the current Ukrainian refugee or people try to relocate and find a new job outside of Ukraine. You can go on this website. It's called www.uatalents.com. www.uatalents.com. The website is written in Russian or Ukrainian, I believe, because I can understand it. But if you have friends or you've had family that really need this piece of information, just share this information to them. And this is what we could do right now during this wartime. We would like to share as many positive information to help the people who are suffering. Ignore about who's right or wrong. We just want to make sure everyone has a good ending. Or, you can relocate it, have a better life after you find yourself in a new place. Right. So,
Yeah.
speaking about finding the job, I remember last time you were in Germany, you also trying to get a job. We were having the German courses, and you were also trying to get a job. How was the experiences you have here in Germany?
Yeah, it was that good that I'm in Serbia thinking of starting my business here.
So your thinking is not the friendly places for you to find a job?
If you're not from EU, absolutely not.
What was the problem you were
I
facing?
once again, I cannot judge rules in your house. Your house is your place.
Mm-hmm.
I can either oblige or go out. In my home, there are my rules. You either like them or you go out.
Mm.
That's how I see this. So, like, no hard feelings.
Fair
But
enough.
I tried to get employed, and my German is like A2 to B1.
Mm.
It got kind of rusty because when we met, it was like 3 years ago in the school, right?
Yeah.
I think it's been 3 years, right? And so, COVID started. I came back home because I had issues with my knee. And so I came back home and I was supposed to get back to Germany, and all of a sudden COVID hits.
Yeah.
And
COVID
that's it.
stopped
Yeah.
everything. Stop the visa, stop people coming in, stop people living.
People in Germany were losing their jobs. So how can you expect to find one when people are losing their jobs, big time?
That's
And as vaccination, do this, do that, protect yourself,
restrictions.
don't go out. All of them, all of them.
I remember you also get the COVID as well, right? That was in
Yeah.
Serbia. What was the feeling
Yeah.
like?
3 days of high temperature, no sense of taste and smell for a month.
So it's a typical symptoms. Can't smell foods, or you cannot smell anything and taste anything.
Yeah. Yeah, typical ones.
But after you get the COVID, do you think that like Germany, they force everybody to take the vaccine? And do you think that's a good options?
I think we should have the right to sign the papers that we take full on responsibility to whatever happens to us
Uh-huh.
if we don't take the vaccine shot. That's it.
Oh, so you're saying the other way around. Instead of forcing people to take the
No.
vaccine.
So, to my knowledge, I think we should all be entitled to our rights. So, if this is democracy, if I have my right to choose,
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to sign a paper where I say that I am aware that I can die. And that's the choice.
So you're saying instead of forcing people to take the vaccine, you should force people to sign the paper if they don't want to take the vaccine.
Well, nobody guarantees you the effects of the vaccine, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, once again, this is a sticky topic.
This is
right?
no, I feel like it's two topic. It's two layer of the topic. Uh, does vaccine work? Yes, scientific results showing it works to against the virus, right? But does taking vaccine is mandatory? That's another layer of the question. That's two layers of a
Wait,
question.
so let's put it this way, okay?
Okay, what's your 2 cents?
If I'm an asshole who didn't get the shot and I have COVID
Yeah,
and I'm with you and you took a vaccine, you're protected, right?
yeah.
What's the big deal? What's the big deal?
The big deal is you're hurting those people who didn't take the vaccine.
And who didn't take the vaccine did it by their own choice, didn't they?
I mean, this is also another tricky issue is the time frame, right? Because vaccine doesn't started like what it doesn't copy and paste itself, so it takes time to actually do it and building the track record.
Of course, it goes to trial and error.
Yeah, but the spread is too fast. So I guess what most of the country in the world they don't have like too much time to think. They just follow because it's from China. And what China does is like they lock down everything, they block everything, and start to build their own vaccine and ask people to do it. And people around the
Yeah.
world they have no better solution, so what they can do is just follow, right? And it hurts like the job
Well,
hunting for us in general, like in Germany.
of course. And like, I mean, like with my German, I don't think I'm welcome anywhere.
Not necessarily about
So,
the German, because
well, not that it's also not like, would you take a guy who halfly speaks English, teach him to do a job and stuff? You wouldn't have the nerves, even if he's eager and willing to work. English is a big no-no in Germany.
English is a big no-no if you're only talking to German. But if you're talking internationally, that's another story, right?
Yeah, so I should find a foreign employer in Germany, right?
Yeah, that's more or less. I would say it's the best bet for you to find someone who is open for international people to work around. They value you as a person instead of
Yeah.
like want to get the best out of you by spending the minimum money they could have. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, but like I told you, the issue is I'm not from EU. Everybody who is from EU, they can just barge in and work, no problems. And
Mm,
I'm talking, like I want to be there, pay taxes and just live.
yeah.
But I'm not from EU. Fuck that. I need to have like B2, C1 German, like the fucking scientific level of German so that I can get employed. And it's just a procedure. I'm not hating on them again.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
I
not
know. This is they're doing their
that.
job. There's no problem with that. What is your current job you are working at in Serbia comparing to your YouTube and your streamer life? Let's say, put it this way.
Well, the biggest difference between my streaming YouTube and my job is that on my job I earn money.
Okay, so the difference is that one is earning money, one is not.
Yeah. I'd say a
Complicated.
misrepresentation. No, at first what I did is I started playing horror games because my friend, he's a big YouTuber and he just thought it would be hilarious. So we just made a bet and I told him if I ever reach 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna play that damn game named Dark Occult, and it was firstly named Conjuring House. I was terrified to see that shit, man. I'm so bad with horror games. I'm not bad. Like I run through them at record speeds, but it's all fueled by fear and pure panic. So we made this bet, and what he did, he shared my profile, my YouTube channel a few times, and he has like 250,000 subscribers. So people, of course, came there. And
Hmm.
I gained subscribers. And after I had 1,000, he said, well, after the first stream, people just got hooked up on it and they just wanted to see more and more and more horror streams. And of course, it did bring some penny. Like, I think I earned in total like 700 euros over a span of 11 months,
Mm.
so that I upgrade my PC, just make it as fucking powerful as it can be, just make it perfect. I always had this dream to have my own build. And
And you
now
make
it's
it
like,
by
yeah,
streaming horror game. For a month only.
Yeah, I earned from my streaming. I earned my mic, the boom arm, the camera, GPU. What else I bought? I bought some silly
Green
stuff,
screen.
you know. Green screen, exactly. That was
Yeah.
the most recent things. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you get that, but you know, my job just is like sitting on PC all day, and so you just get brain dead. It's not the thing of my body. I can play games, but your brain is like, you know, like drool going out of it, man. You get dead. And I have these like 10 guys who are always happy to drop by on the stream and just have fun. You know, I have these guys. And I really feel like a cunt, like when I don't occasionally do a stream just to say hi to them and stuff. They just saw me like streaming for 15 days and they donated like 280 euros. But
Hmm.
of course, Trovo took half because like I still find Trovo the best for my stream because, you know, Twitch is like
Yeah, Twitch is
crazy.
too
Like nobody,
saturated.
Twitch is gonna bury you like 1,000 miles underground.
It's
I
hard to
mean,
get discovered in general.
yeah, I'm not the prettiest face. I don't have nice tits, so not that interesting, man. I'm more of a like talker, a podcaster than I am a gamer.
Yeah,
You know,
I
I
feel
just
like
like
you are
play
more
games
like a
and talk about
podcaster.
stuff.
That's why you are part of this. Especially this is the first episode, right? To have you
Yeah.
on our podcast is the honor. Anyway,
Thank
what
you,
about your
Jarvis.
current job? What about your current brain dead job?
Oh, oh man. I'm a customer support agent for a company
Okay. So you must have a
that
lot of
cannot be
stories.
named. Oh God, I have a lot of stories. There's a lot of shit going on.
Anything
Like,
that's
so I,
worth to share about it?
oh, like, I don't know if this is mean. Our support is via tickets,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I work for a company that gives us to a company for which we work, you know.
Okay.
Like there is a middleman in the story. But man, do people get dumb and how people can be rude. It's fucking it's impressive. It's impressive. Like people come to you, man, for the silliest stuff. Or like scammers, you know.
What
Like
kind of scammers?
yeah, all kinds of scammers, man. And it's just like when he tells you, "Oh no, I have just one account." Like we can see their history of accounts from that IP, you
I
know.
see.
Even if you try, like imagine making an account named Ivan123. Then the next account is Ivan1234. And the next account is Ivan12345. And then they are amazed how we found them. Like, nah. Or like rude users, man. There is so much rude people. Like, you know, the Karen God mode syndrome. That happens a lot. That happens a lot. I mean, Americans, guy, sorry. Yeah, customer is always right. Yeah, right. So
Yeah, right.
that's just, yeah, but like, I'm sorry. This is just statistical. Like
Uh,
most of the people who wanted to speak to the manager were people from America. I don't know. Is that like how they do it there? Like, is that how they want to escalate things and stuff? But just let me tell you, people, if you play an asshole, don't worry. Your reply is gonna be late as it fucking can. If you just play an asshole. Yeah, this is just a tip. This is just a tip for the people
uh-huh.
because I never told you where am I customer support. But like, if you're playing an ass, know that there is a person on the other side of the screen looking at your shit you wrote about them.
Exactly.
There is an actual person there, and they will fuck you up. They will stall as much as they fucking can
And they will
because
waste
you're a
your
fucking
time as
asshole.
much as you can. Yeah. But be nice, man.
You have, well, yeah, because we have to be polite. We have to be nice. Wording is strictly chosen.
Uh-huh.
Like that's a whole new skill set you develop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be completely like honest. Like there are some guys who just can't resolve people's issues, but whatever happens, just users wherever you open a support ticket, just try to play it nice.
But don't you think Germany doesn't have the customer service in general? Like because Germany they don't have this kind of customer is king. They're more like I don't give a shit if you don't want to be here. Then you know Get the fuck out. I don't care.
Well, well, Germans are Germans, I guess. I mean, there's this stereotype that they're always on time, strict, and playing by the book.
Uh-huh. Do you think that's
Well,
true?
well, I met a lot of people in Germany. I mean, didn't you?
Yeah, that's also my personal experience. Sometimes I find it's relatively, true, but sometimes not. Depend on the person's
Yeah, it's like
characteristic as well.
yeah, it's like completely depending on the person who you meet and where do you meet them or what's in question, what
Yeah, if
kind.
you are meeting like a 70 years old lady, probably that's the
Yeah.
stereotype you can expect. But I feel like the younger
Yeah.
generation now are, have a lot of let's say welcoming or outgoing characteristic instead of
What I learned with German people, they can be quite shy.
yeah, they are.
Or I just talk too much. But it's like, yeah, like making them laugh is like this wall and you bash it, you bash it, you bash it, and then it breaks, you know? And then it's all good.
Yeah.
That's at least how I feel when I'm screwing around with German people. Yeah, you just play the games, like saying the most stupid, crazy shit, with a straight face. And they're like, "Was this what's with this guy?"
Anyway, all right, let's talk about the relationship topic. So
Oh my
cross
god,
culture relationship.
you got the wrongest guy ever to do this shit.
What do you mean? You have dated a bunch of foreigners before, right? Based on what I know.
Mm, foreign girls. Does Balkan count?
I don't know.
I mean,
Definition.
I like I had interactions with many girls from across the world. That's true, like many writing and stuff. And many times the distance was the only thing, keeping us apart. And we would just, eventually it would just die out through the months. It would just die out and
Yes, true. That's
they
true.
have their life, you have your life, and it just dies out.
But
When
did you
in your
have
life.
any relationship when you were in Germany or before you came to
Yeah.
Germany?
Yeah, I had in Germany. Yeah.
How was it? Any difficulties or any stuff that
Yeah,
surprised
I
you?
I actually want to say big thumbs up to German girls. I love you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're not full of shit.
What do you
If
mean
they
like full of
like you.
shit?
Well, if they like you, they just like you and you can see that.
Oh, so you're saying they don't have those kind of fake,
They're just
feelings?
straightforward. I mean, we're always going to be man-women relation is always going to be complicated. We will never be able to fully understand them and vice versa.
Exactly.
Always. It's always going to be like that. But what I like about German girls, they're just straightforward. Like she likes you, she likes you. She doesn't have an issue to approach you to say a few words and stuff, and that's just natural. I love that. I
Mhm.
love that. In
So
Serbia, a girl is like, bow down, mortal. Hey, fuck you. Like why the fuck is she better than me? Why the
wait.
fuck is
Is that like what you experienced? The comparison in between?
no, just in Serbia, this flirting story is full of bullshit.
Oh, so it's more like the
More diplomatic. More
more
diplomatic.
more diplomatic. Okay, more diplomatic. That's what you mean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they are like
Did you
trying to be polite in the beginning, and what happened next?
No, I'm just gonna simplify this,
All right,
okay?
tell
And
me.
you know I do this professionally. So, in Serbia, her job is to play a difficult catch, an untouchable person, a divine being, right?
For real? Okay.
You and her, you both know what's gonna happen, but you have to do the act.
You got to play the game.
You, yeah, you are like attacking, she's like defending, and then you end up in a bed fucking. In Germany, girls just want to talk to you.
Express
They
the
just
feelings. Yeah.
they're expressive. They actually express themselves, which is awesome. Like communication is wonderful when you are not just talking to a wall. You
Oh,
just hear your fucking echo bouncing off. It's
that
just so it's like picking a bloody lock,
uh,
finding the right thing she likes to talk about. While in Germany, you can just talk about anything with a girl. It's completely fine. Like, I
Yeah.
really like that.
So you were saying the experiences you had, the German girls are easier to get along with?
Yeah, to me, it just the communication is much better. Of course, there was this part of suspicion about me because, like I back in the day, I was fucking jacked. I was like, and I'm 186, almost 190 tall, and like being like 100 kilos of fucking muscle and, like beard and a fucking haircut, and you see me wearing all black, you probably think I'm gonna try to, like smuggle cocaine or guns, and so I am aware that people just do not like much approaching me. But I'm just like fucking them. I'm just like talking shit. I want to hang out. Like the first time I
You're
came to
being
a bar in
natural, huh?
Germany, like
Okay.
a guy thought I came there to beat up on someone. And I just came to a bar. I swear to God. I just came there like, like this, holding my beard, just like we're looking at shit. I'm there for the first time.
Uh-huh.
No, a guy came to me and asked me. A German dude is like, "Hey, man," I said, "Dude, if you would please on in English, I'm like much better, just so that there is no misunderstanding."
Uh-huh.
He's like, "Yeah, so did you find him?" And I'm like, "Is he fucking with me? Maybe I look so drunk that it looks like I'm searching for something."
Uh-huh.
I say, "Did I find who?" He's like, "No, no, 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 no. Wait, wait, wait. I just want to ask you, did you find the guy?" I said, "And who am I looking for?" He said, "Well, you look like you're gonna beat the fuck out of somebody." And then, I just came here to drink beers, like that's it.
Yeah. But have you ever like in bar, like accounting, what is the experiences in bar or in club? Comparing the
Well,
Germany and the Serbia, the girls or people?
well, most of the places I like are dive bars, like rock bars, like that's what
Mm,
I like. The
okay.
shit. I like drinking beers, listening to Sabbath, Metallica, and so on and so on. Even maybe if I come there like dressed like a fucking gentleman. But I hate crowded places. I hate it. Like in Serbia, if you're in this really, really cool bar, you have to hold your cigarette like this, and you have to hold your drink like this, and then you go through the fucking place like an idiot.
What
I
the
hate
hell?
that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because it's so crowded. Like, place has effectively 300 places and you sell 500 tickets. That's what fucking happens. I'm always a trouble magnet. I don't know why. I always mind my business,
Uh-huh.
drink my drink. Like just recently, I had this happen and I haven't gone out a long, long time ago since I had my fucking car crash and shit. I didn't go out much. And so I go out for the first time in ages in a club,
Uh-huh.
and a guy thought I was asking for some trouble. And he was just lucky he had 8 buddies with him because I really fucking hate that.
But I don't know, like in Berlin, because people say Berlin has nightlife. Munich has no nightlife.
No,
Previous experience.
no, Munich is like a Disneyland.
Munich is a Disneyland.
Yeah, I was in Frankfurt and it's crazy.
Okay.
Frankfurt is crazy. So in Frankfurt, like the clubs work from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. Everything's like perpetually exploding, like when it comes to night. And it's so alive. You can smoke inside. Like I
Really?
have my
You
own
can
right to
smoke
kill
inside?
myself. Yeah, you can fucking light a cigarette. And I was like,
What? Okay.
is this true? Like I didn't believe it.
Okay.
In Munich, it's better to be a pedophile than a smoker. You have more rights. Like why don't they just make smoking zones with ventilation and that's it? Just let us live. And probably the smoking zone would be fucking full.
Yeah.
You know what I learned? Like in Frankfurt, so some Serbian guys have clubs there.
Oh, really? How does it look
It's,
like?
and so, but watch this. I'm talking about the smoking regulations. So they're bound, like by law, to have a smoking and a non-smoking zone.
Uh-huh.
Smoking zone is like 300 square meters. Non-smoking zone is just a fucking small room. I laughed my fucking ass off when I heard that. Like, yeah, we have a non-smoking zone. Please proceed. Like, I mean, he knows like every motherfucker from Balkans is gonna barge in there, so he's like, yeah, these guys are gonna smoke. So why the fuck even build a big non-smoking zone? Because we're just like that.
Oh, okay. So that's in
I mean, you
Frankfurt.
see me, yeah, Frankfurt.
Holy shit. I didn't know that they are allowed to smoke inside because what I understand,
No, I was surprised. I was
yeah,
surprised. I
this is
just came from
just
Munich.
amazing.
Yeah, I like my poison.
But the Munich, the bar we went to last time, it was also pretty decent. It was
Yeah,
fantastic.
people are okay. People
Yeah.
are okay. People are friendly,
I feel
and you know, like
the most important thing is that when you go to the bar, it's not because the music or because the whatever stuff. It's more about the people you're hanging out with, right?
yeah. Well, it's always like that, I always say party is not where or with what or with how much money, but with which people.
Yeah, with who you're going with,
Yeah,
or
like best friends, you make the best parties with them. It's not about like location or are you drinking Chivas or Jack Daniels or Red Label or beer. Nobody gives a fuck about that. If you have just great friends, you're gonna get shit faced and do all sorts of stupid shit and just make an
so
awesome
speaking
party.
about the alcohol, right? Do you buy drink to the ladies?
Yeah, I mean, this is conservative, but we're just thought like that. Like, they just teach us like that.
Because they
Like,
kind of like make you more generous or gentleman. Be gentleman
well,
is to buy ladies a
it's
drink.
just how it is. It's just how it is. Like, you should pay your girl a drink. Why not? It's just, like if I would buy a drink to you or my friend, we're just sitting down. Why not buy a round of drinks or something?
Oh, no, no, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But I'm just saying, the girls that you never met before, let's say in a bar, you
Hmm.
just met. Would you just like, let's say, you approach her and say, "May I buy you a drink?"
No,
No, you
I
don't
never
do
do
that.
that.
Never do that.
No, I see it as a dick move.
Oh, okay. So
No, now why? This is, international thing. So let me clarify. But in Serbia, usually the worst fucking pieces of shit. They're like, hey, I sent you a drink. Hey, little baby, come here, let's talk. Like it's the fucking douchebags. And so I always have this in my head, when I see a girl and just like pay for a drink. Nah, nah. Like like if we were on a date, we said, "Hey, want to go out for a coffee or anything?" No problem, like
yeah,
in
you
that
take care of that.
situation, in that
Yeah.
scenario, yeah. If I know the girl, of course, yeah, sure, why not?
Because
Like
I
this
think
was
that
actually,
this is kind of like cultural things, right? In especially in
yeah,
Asia, um, people tend to be, you want to act like you want to flex, right? You want to flex that I'm going to buy you a drink and I'm going to pay for what you spend for tonight. And that's all. You also get like a bunch of people that only want your drink, but they don't give a shit which person you are. So the
like
guy is
how
being taken
fucking
advantage.
like how fucking poor you have to be to just like run to somebody just because of a free drink. It's not actually about being poor, you're just being fucking greedy.
Yeah, but I
Like I
think
don't know.
that's kind of a culture thing because most of the ladies,
Like
especially
they just like to see a guy like spending money with them.
yeah. In my point of view, it's not a fair play in general. But I'm generally talking about the framework because this is kind of like the culture things for
Yeah,
men buy
like
ladies a drink is a gentleman move. But no, that depends.
in Germany, that was so awkward. My girl just like once she just looked at me so fucking serious, and she said, "I have to ask you something." I said, "Sure, shoot. Why do you pay everything for me?" I just didn't know how to answer. I was like, "Well, you're my girl. I like you. I'm happy to take you out for dinner and coffee and and stuff. I'm just happy to."
Hmm.
And she just found this so awkward. To me, it's kind of really awkward to go on a date and pay half and half. Once again, I'm saying this is a cultural thing, but to me, this is so strange. It just doesn't stick on me, man.
Yeah. I
Like
totally could relate because this is what why they have the words gold dust, right? So I feel like it's because the girl doesn't want to be looked down that they are not capable of paying their own check. So this is like a
Yeah,
common
no,
respect for each individual. It's
like
like everybody pay for when you.
my girl was like, she had a good job, actually. She was in health insurance agent, something like that. You know, it wasn't just any type of job.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she just found that strange. But what I loved the most with her, and why I spent even more money with her, because she was so uh
Straightforward.
no, she was so humble.
Humble. Okay.
She said, "Oh, I like this, but this is like, it's cost, and stuff like that." The moment I see that, I get her anything.
That's a wife material.
You know what I think? She's really humble.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is nice, this is nice. She just moves away, and I just take all that shit and put it in a bag, and I just buy her everything.
But what if she was just acting?
Because nah, she was really like she really was like that. Like we we
Okay.
we we spent some time together, and
Okay.
this is what I really liked with her. She wasn't like, "Hey, look at this, get me that, get me that, get me that." You
No, I
know?
think no girls is gonna do that. They will probably drop hints all the time. But there's
No,
like
but
a
she just like,
low
but
level hint
like
or
how,
high level hint. I guess that's the difference.
but she was just looking around, and she was always so surprised. Like, you pay for everything. I said, yeah, why the fuck not? If I have the money, I'm gonna spend it with you. I just feel like it. I like it. I like spending money with you.
Mm-hmm.
She was really a humble person. I really like that with her.
I
And
see.
when I see that she is like that, then I don't even fucking regret spending 500 right away.
When last time I was in restaurant before COVID, like there was a table beside us. Um, they're like I think they're the first time dating, and it's kind of funny to watch the waiters trying to to write the check, not write the check, trying to ask them to pay for what they spent.
Yep.
So the guy is say, "I'm gonna pay for everything," and the girl say, "No, no, no, I'm gonna pay for my part, split it." And the guy just keeps saying, "No, no, no, I'm gonna pay everything." And the girl just insists to pay half of it. It was super awkward for some reason. I
Yeah,
don't know.
well, it does get awkward,
It does
and
get awkward,
that's
right?
actually super awkward with me. Like, I'm gonna be persistent for a few minutes, and if I see that she really insists, okay, let's do it half.
Uh-huh.
You know, if I see that she considers that insultive, okay, let's do it half. Like,
Mhm. Respect.
whatever.
Yeah. This is very different from the Asian culture, also very different from what I understand. I remember the first time not the first, I think the second time or third time when I went to the bar, I met an American girl. She's a super smart girl. And I was kind of joking to say, in Germany, if you pay for the beer or pay for the drinks, it's kind of offensive. And she was joking, like, nah, it's not for me, man. I'm not gonna take it as offensive.
But you
They are
see
not that
exactly what you
strict.
said. Yeah, but you see what you said. Like, also, like, that's similar from Germany to us as well. When you just like, hey, I'm gonna pay for your drinks.
Yeah, you
She
were.
doesn't know you, and she sees you for the first time. She sees that like a dick move.
Yeah,
So nah,
yeah. So don't
it's
do
a
it.
it's a red flag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't do it.
If you know the girl, like you've seen each other like a few times. Yeah,
Makes
go
sense.
please. Yeah,
Just be yourself.
yeah,
Anyway, I think we are run out of the time today, man. This is the first episode we have been what
yeah. With
an hour.
no editorial mistakes.
Yeah,
I gotta point that out.
man. If you say more words, I have to edit all this out as well. Anyway, so thanks for tuning in for today's very first episode of our podcast. So if you enjoyed the conversation when we have, please leave a like or leave a 2 cents or even share the podcast with your friends, with your family. It will help us build a bigger community with millennials globally, internationally. So stay tuned and I'll see you next week. Have a great one.
See you guys.
Click the wrong button.
Yeah, you did.